Right, we are going to work on Word Module 1.2, the SAM textbook project. So I'm going to click on the link here in Mind tab, click Start, and I'm going to download all my files. And the first one we're going to work on is the flyer. So I am going to copy and paste this file name, go to my File Explorer, and go to my downloads. And we're going to open up, we're going to start with NPWD 1-1. So you can find that, open it up. So you'll see here that it has some text and an image of a person holding a glass of water. I'm going to click Enable Editing. And I'm going to go ahead and save it with my expected file name. So File Save As. I'm going to save it in my document formatting 1 folder. In my Word Module 1. And now I have it saved properly. So NP_WD_1_flyer_ my first and last name. All right, I'll zoom in a little bit more so it's easier to see. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is look at the editor pane and look at some ways to correct our spelling and be able to proofread. So our first step is to click on File and then click on Options at the bottom. So File Options, it will open up a Word Options window. And we're going to click, in this left pane, we're going to click Proofing. And scroll down a bit till you see this section, when correcting spelling and grammar in Word. And you can see there's check spelling as you type, mark grammar errors as you type, frequently confused words. And we're going to click on this Settings. So just kind of towards the bottom right, click on Settings. This is the options for grammar. So all of these are checked here. If you want at some time, you can go in and look through these. You'll notice that there was a couple of mine that are not checked. So that can be personal preference. You probably will see quite a few checked. All right. So that is your grammar settings. And I'm just going to click Cancel. I just wanted to show you where you can find that. And then I'm going to click on this Recheck Document button. And it says the operation resets the spelling checker and the grammar checker so that Word will recheck words and grammar you previously checked and chose to ignore. Do you want to continue? I'm going to click Yes. All right, and then I can click OK. All right, so now we come back to our document. Let's press our Control Home key on our keyboard, Control Home. And we just want to make sure that our insertion point is before the W in we at the top. And on our ribbon, we're going to click our Review tab. And then over here in our proofing group on the left, we're going to click Editor. So click Editor. You'll notice that an editor pane will open up. And you should see some corrections, refinements, options. And let's click on our spelling one. And you'll see this first one, we need your help to protect. So there's 2 T's and there should only be 1. So we can click on on the correct spelling. And let's go to the next spelling. The next one is contact, and it should be contact, so we can correct this one. And let's click on spelling again. The next one is David Elzakar. And so for this one, this isn't spelled wrong, it's just that it doesn't recognize it. So we're going to click ignore once. And let's check the grammar one. Okay, so this one has 2 periods, so we just need one, so we can click on this one to change that. All right, so we can go ahead and close our editor pane. And now we're just going to proofread. It's always a good idea to run spell check and grammar, but also just to proofread it yourself or have someone else proofread it. So we're going to review, and one of the things we're going to change is the lowercase p in panel. We're going to change that to an uppercase P. So let's delete and then Shift P to change it to uppercase. And then in the last line of text, we're going to remove David Elzakar's name, and we're going to replace it with our own first and last name. All right. Okay, so that is it for proofing. So be sure to save. And next we're going to change our zoom so that we can just see one page. We can see our full page. And then we're going to click on our layout tab in the page setup group. So over here far left, we're going to click on orientation, and we're going to click on landscape. All right, now we have a landscape orientation. And in the page setup group, we're going to click on margins, and we're going to click narrow. Okay, let's change our zoom to 120. And on our ribbon, we're going to click on our Home tab. And then we want to go to the beginning of our document. So let's press our Control Home key on our keyboard. Control Home. And we're going to press and hold our Shift key, and we're going to click to the right of the second paragraph marker. So actually at this point I hadn't turned on my paragraph show hide, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So that's on our Home tab in our paragraph group, and this is my show hide to see the paragraph marks. Okay, so again, with the insertion point before the W in we at the top, we're going to press and hold our Shift key, and we're going to click to the right of the second paragraph marker after where it has be heard. So click after that. So those first 2 sentences are selected. All right, in our font group, in our Home tab, we're going to click on our font arrow. So here we have, it's Calibri. And as you can see, as I kind of scroll down and I hover over each of these fonts, you can see that in the back here that they're changing. We are going to find Arial and click Arial. All right, and now we're going to change the font size. So over here and font size, we're going to click that, and we're going to change it to 22. So 22. And we're going to do the same to these sentences at the bottom. So we're going to select these 3 paragraphs, and we're going to change our font to Arial. We're going to change the size to 22. And then you can just click any blank area to deselect the text. All right, next we are going to click in the selection bar to the left of the second paragraph. So if I hover over in the margin and my arrow is kind of pointed up and to the right, I'm going to click. That selects my second paragraph. On my Home tab, I'm going to click the Text Effects and Typography button. So that's the one here that looks like a blue outline of an A. So I'm going to click that button, and you'll see a gallery of different options. And we are going to select the, let's see, blue, fill blue. So the third row, the one in the middle, fill blue, accent color 5, outline white, background color 1, hard shadow blue, accent color 5. So we want to select that one. All right. Next, in our font group, we're going to click on this larger A, increase font size. We're going to click on that. So now our font size is 24. We're going to click it again. So now our font size is 26. The one to the right here, this lower one, smaller one, I should say, this one is to decrease the font size. So increase and decrease. All right, next we're going to select the third and fourth paragraph. So the sentences that start with provide and all. So we'll select the third and fourth paragraphs. And in the font group, we're going to change the font color. And we are going to select blue accent 5. So that's blue accent 1, over to the right, blue accent 5. So we're going to click that. And then we're going to apply bold. So in our font group, this is, the B here is bold. Next, we're going to align our text. Okay, so let's click Control A on our keyboard. Control A selects all of our text, and in the paragraph group, so we're still on our Home tab, paragraph group, we're going to click the center button. That centers all of our text. All right, be sure to save. And let's click to select our first paragraph. So we need your help to protect our city's drinking water. Let's select that sentence. And on the Home tab in the paragraph group, we're going to click our borders arrow. And we're going to click outside borders. So that will put a border around that sentence. And then in the paragraph group, we're going to click on our shading. So that's the one that has what looks like a paint can shading. And we are going to choose blue accent 1, darker 50%. Blue accent 1, darker 50%. So that's the one at the very bottom. So we're going to select that. You'll notice that because of our black font, that is difficult now to see the text. We're going to fix that. So with it still selected, if it isn't selected, just click up to the left to select it. And let's click on our font color arrow. And we're going to click the far left, the white. All right. And then with With this still selected, we're going to click on our borders arrow button again. And we're going to come down and we're going to click borders and shading. And here we're going to click on color and we're going to click green accent 6. So click green accent 6. And then to make the border more noticeable, we're going to click the width arrow and we're going to click 3 point. So you notice that you have this dark blue shading and then you have a green border. And then you click OK. And then just click a blank area to deselect it. All right, next we are going to copy some formatting with the Format Painter. So let's change our view to one page. So we'll click View One Page. And we are going to select that first paragraph that we just formatted. And we're going to click our Home tab. And we're going to click the Format Painter. So this is in our clipboard group. So our clipboard group is on the very far left of our ribbon. We're going to click, so what looks like a paintbrush. So we'll click the Format Painter. And then when I hover over any text, you'll notice that my insertion point looks like a capital I with a little paintbrush beside it. So that shows that the Format Painter is on. And we're going to click and drag it over the last paragraph. So the one that has our contact name. All right. And then just click anywhere to deselect it. Okay, so if this goes to a second line, perhaps because your name is so long, what you can do is just use your initials or just use your first name instead, just so that it stays on one line. All right, let's click anywhere in the first paragraph. So click anywhere in that first paragraph and we're going to click on our Layout tab. And then in the paragraph group, in the spacing for after, see where it says 8 point. And we're going to change this to 42. So type 42, press enter. And then we're going to click anywhere in the last paragraph. And on the layout group, in our paragraph, layout tab, paragraph group, in the before box, we are going to type 42 and press enter. All right. Next, we're going to insert a picture and add alt text. All right, so let's click on our photo to select it. And the little white circles around our picture are what's called the sizing handle. So we can use that to size our picture. We're actually going to delete this picture. So you can click on it and just press your delete key to delete that picture. And we're going to click on File, Options, and on the left, we are going to, in the navigation pane, it may have ease of access or accessibility. And here under automatic alt text, you may have it clicked automatically generate alt text. And so we just want to make sure that that's checked. So if it isn't, you can check that and then click OK. So our insertion point should still be in the center where we removed our picture. We're going to click on our Insert tab. We're going to click Pictures. and you're going to click this device. And then when our window opens up, we're going to go to where we downloaded our files earlier, to our downloads, and you should see a file named support WD1 water, and then we're going to click insert. So now we have what looks like a water bottle being poured into a glass with a scene of what looks to be a river or a lake with trees behind. All right, so now when we insert that picture, we now have a new tab, picture format, and then in the accessibility group, we have alt text. So we're going to click on alt text, and you see that it may say a glass of water being poured into a glass. And we're going to select all of that text, including the part underneath where it says description automatically generated. You're going to delete that, and instead you're going to type water pouring from a bottle into a glass, comma, space with a lake in the background. And you don't have to put a period. All right, so you can type that, and then you can just close that. Okay, so with your picture still selected, you still have your picture format tab activated, and in the size group on the far right, you're going to click the up arrow in the shape height. So up here, we're going to increase it to 2.7, and we are going to, let's see here. Okay, we're gonna click our up arrows for our height and our width so that it is 3.2 inches tall. And then for width, it should be 4.8. So you notice that when I increase, the width also increases. The final size should be 3.2 and then 4.8 wide. All right, next we're going to apply a style. So here in our picture styles, we're going to click the More button. So that's that little kind of arrow at the bottom. We're going to click that. And you can hover over the various styles to see what they look like. We are going to choose the drop shadow rectangle style. So that's the fourth one over, drop shadow rectangle, and then just click anywhere to deselect it. All right, so that's all we're going to do with the picture. Next, we're going to add a page border. So on our ribbon, we're going to click our Design tab. And then on the far right in our page background group, we're going to click Page Borders. In the Settings section on our far left, we're going to click Box. And then in the Style box, we're going to scroll down until we see the double line. So here's a double line. So in your preview, it should show the double line. And then let's click on our color arrow, and we're going to choose green accent 6. And then in the lower right corner, we're going to click Options. So these are the default options. Just to show you, we'll click Cancel for now. And then let's click OK. So this applies a double green border. All right, let's save our document. And we can go ahead and close our document without closing Word. So click File, and close. And that's all for this part. All right, next we're going to continue on with our other file. And so we're going to open that up. So you can click in your Word file. So we closed our other one and click File. And we can click Open, Browse, and we can go to our downloads. So this is one of the files we would have downloaded earlier. And this is the file npwd 1-2. So we'll open that up. And you'll see that at the top it says Citizen Advisory Panel Minutes. Click Enable Editing. And so this one we want to save. Let's actually go back to MindTap to see what the expected file name is. And it is this minutes one. So I'm just going to copy that. And I'm going to go ahead and File, Save As. I'll go to my document formatting folder. And I will paste that and save. All right. Okay, so what we're going to do is apply bullets to some of our text here. So we are going to select the complete list of members in attendance. So under this members in attendance, we're going to start with Tamika, and we're going to click and drag down to and including Jeffrey Holmes. Let's click on our Home tab if it isn't already selected. In the paragraph group, we're going to click on our bullets button. So this is our bullets. We just click on the button and automatically the bullets will appear for us. All right, so we'll say if we perhaps maybe don't want the circle, the round bullets, I should say. We can click on our bullet arrow and we can choose some other options. So let's click on the square option, the black square. All right, next we are going to scroll down a bit, and under the lead reduction, we are going to select, let's see, I want to make sure I get this right. Okay, describing the department's lead reduction program starting with lead remediation. Actually, it's probably lead remediation. Okay, so lead remediation and then ending with workshop 2, children and lead paint hazards. So we'll select all of those sentences. And then in the paragraph group for your bullets, you can click the bullets button. And we have our square bullets. All right. And then in that same list, we're going to select workshops 1 and workshop 2. So workshop 1 and 2, the last two items, and we're going to click on increase indent. So that will make our bullets increase and go in. All right, let's scroll down a bit. This is under agenda for next meeting. We're going to select all the paragraphs below that section. And then in the paragraph group, we're going to click at the numbered list. So click on numbering. And then now we have our bullets and then our numbered list. All right, let's click save. All right, that is it for this part. There is a section that talks about word help, so you can look at that but this is all we need to format for this file.